This is hoisting a person into a chair using a mobile hoist. So when we're using a mobile hoist, what we want to do is make efficient use of the space that we've got available and avoid any unnecessary turns. So for example, if I'd put my person here, what I would have to do is turn the loaded hoist all the way around in order to get her into a chair, which increases handler effort. So if I position her here, what I've done is I've eliminated that turning aspect, because when I introduce the hoist, all I'm going to be doing is driving it forwards and backwards, which reduces the handler effort, and it also reduces the risk of the person swaying during the transfer. Now I'm going to hoist the person from the commode into the chair. So I'm going to open the legs of the hoist, introduce it to the person. You want to keep your hand on the carry bar to create that bit of protection so the person's head doesn't come into contact with it. Then we'll attach the loops. When we are using a mobile hoist, we don't apply the brakes. This is because the device finds its own centre of gravity when it's lifting and lowering. So if we start to hoist the person up, once all of the straps start to tighten, you just want to check that they're all securely attached before you continue. And as you can see, the hoist is finding its own centre of gravity. So once the person's cleared the seated surface, you want to just turn them away from the mast of the hoist so that they don't come into contact with it during the transfer. I'm then going to drive the hoist away from the commode, creating space for this to be brought out of the way. Then drive the hoist forward. When hoisting into a chair, you want to introduce the hoist at a slight angle, because what I've done then is I've created space for the handler to get in and be able to support the person down into a good sitting position. So I'm going to provide support at the person's hips and then hoist her down into the chair, keeping my hand again on that carry bar so that she doesn't come into contact and we reduce the risk of any injury. I'm now going to demonstrate how to hoist a person from the chair back into the commode. So as you can see, the sling's been fitted, the hoist has been introduced, and all of the loops have been attached. So I'm going to begin hoisting the person, keeping my hand on the carry bar to provide some protection. Once the straps all start to tighten, you just want to check each loop and make sure they're secure before you continue. Just hoist her up, and then once they've cleared the surface, you want to turn them on a slight angle to bring them away from the mast of the hoist to prevent them coming into contact with it during the transfer. I'm then going to drive the hoist backwards, just secure the person in place and bring the commode to the loaded hoist and apply the brakes. So by positioning the person at a slight angle, what I've done is I've created space for the handler to be able to get in and support the person down into a good sitting position. So what I'm going to do is support the person at the hips. The legs of the commode may tip, but this is alright as long as when the front wheels come back into contact with the floor, you don't create a judder. And again, protecting the person from the carry bar. Unattach, unhook all the loops. Remove the hoist. And then your person's ready to access the commode. And that's hoisting a person out of a chair using a mobile hoist.